How's it? Welcome back. So something interesting happened to me today that is a rare occurrence for me at least, and it's not something that I bring up very often on the channel, although I certainly have before in the past. Well, half of it at least, not counting what happened to me today, of course. Like I think the last time I brought it up was a couple months back in a video where I was discussing my general materialistic point of view towards things. As much as I kind of wish it wasn't like that, because certain aspects of life I think would be more interesting, like say my dream work practice, for example. But if I'm being honest with myself, this kind of where that's the direction I tend to lean towards. Although I do like to bring this up every time I say that, though I'm very open to having my mind changed on it. I would like to have my mind changed on it. And for example, the thing that happened today kind of like cracks that door open to say, hey man, maybe there is something more to this shit. So what I'll be talking about is kind of like psychic, see the future shit. I'm not too sure. But on that topic, it makes me think of this guy, Oz Perlman. Have you guys ever heard of him? OZ Perlman. He's like this mentalist. And this guy is like, he's an example of what the extreme end of being really, really like extremely good at reading people can do. Where he straight out says he's not a psychic, and he does also point out too that when he sees certain psychics work, he can tell that a lot of them are doing like, he doesn't like throw them under the bus. He too says, oh, who knows, maybe that is possible. But he does also point out that he can see a lot of the things they're doing are the same stuff that he does. Or like, if you let this guy talk to you and ask you questions, there is like no secret that he can't find. Like, I mean, there's tons of videos of him online, like finding out people's passwords and shit and names of past loved ones and stuff like that. Like really, really crazy stuff. But anyway, so years ago, the only time I've really had like something that kind of seemed like I saw the future or some psychic shit. At least these are two examples where like it was, it was proven like in front of people and stuff. So years ago, one of my friends was having his son's first birthday, so really big party, hundreds of people there. They're pretty ballin'. So we had a bunch of raffle tickets. They're giving out tons of prizes, so like multiple raffle tickets, either per family or per person. It was, so we had a decent amount of raffle tickets, but I was like, man, I'm feeling it today. I'm like, we're winning shit. And even before we, like when we pulled up to the party, before we even got our raffle tickets, my wife knew what the grand prize was. And I was like, hey man, I got a good feeling. I think we're winning this shit. And so it was either like the first or second raffle ticket they called. We won that. And I was like, man, I'm feeling this. So I was sure to like tell everybody on the table. I'm like, dude, I got a good feeling. I'm telling you, we're winning choke shit and I'm getting that grand prize. And then as the night went on, last thing of the night, they're giving out the grand prize, we won that shit. And so that always kind of stood out to me because I just had this strange sense of knowing and this feeling, like, man, I'm going to win. And so then today we had this employee appreciation work thing, right? And so had a good amount of people there, must have been like 100 or so people. This time only like one raffle ticket per person, because they didn't have too many prizes to give out. But then as they're kind of going down the list, so I didn't say it like at first, but as they're going through the list, I think it might have been the actual last one. It wasn't really like a grand prize, but it was like the last or second to last raffle they're giving away. I was like, man, I'm feeling it. Like I'm winning this one. So I was sure to like to tell people on my table that. And then like, a minute later, they call out the number and boom, it's my number. And I just like, it was kind of funny. So I was like, man, I'm going to win it. I'm telling you, I'm going to win it. And then they called it and I just got up and I went straight up there to go grab it. Then when I came back, the people on my table were all tripping out and shit. And my coworker was like, dude, he's giving me this funny look. I was like, bro, I don't know, man. I just had this weird feeling like I knew I was going to win. So who knows, man? Maybe I should change my materialistic point of view towards things, and maybe I am psychic. But anyway, it was just a kind of cool thing to happen today. And that's it. Until the next video, keep your beliefs legit.